Iran's regime, fearing its end, has launched a brutal crackdown on dissent. Those criticising the government have been executed, others have been sent to the notorious Evin prison. Here's some leaked footage of what has gone on inside. Israel claims it's blown the doors off the prison. But this hasn't stopped the arrest of anyone perceived to be in disagreement with the Ayatollah, who are accused of spying for Israel. The Crown Prince of Iran, whose father, the last Shah, was deposed by the Islamic Revolution, declared the collapse of the Islamist regime, saying he was ready to lead the transition to a democratic, free Iran. After decades of repression.
Today it is clearer than ever. The Islamic Republic is collapsing. Credible reports indicate that Ali Khamenei's family and the family of senior regime officials are making preparations to flee Iran. The regime is on its last legs in towns and cities across the country. The military is fractured. The people are united. The foundation of this 46-year tyranny are shaking. This is our Berlin Wall moment. But like all moments of great change, it comes fraught with danger. We stand at a crossroads. One road leads to bloodshed and chaos, the other to a peaceful and democratic transition. The difference in these two roads depends on one factor, and one factor alone: whether the current regime in Iran is allowed to survive. If the West throws the regime a lifeline, there will be more bloodshed and chaos, because this regime will not submit or surrender after it has been humiliated. It will lash out. As long as it is in power, no country and no people are safe, whether on the streets of Washington, Paris, Jerusalem, Riyadh, or Tehran. There is only one way to achieve peace: a secular, democratic Iran. I am here today to submit myself to my compatriots, to lead them down this road of peace and democratic transition. I do not seek political power, but rather to help our great nation navigate through this critical hour towards stability, freedom, and justice. To the people of Iran, I see your courage. I feel your pain. I know you are suffering. I know many of you are afraid. I have a clear plan for transition and national renewal. Our transition and future democracy will be based on these three core principles: Iran's territorial integrity, individual liberties and equality of all citizens, separation of religion and state. The final form of this future democracy we seek will be for the Iranian people to decide in a national referendum. What I offer is not just a vision for the future of our country, but the plan to execute a peaceful, orderly transition. In the coming days, my team of experts will publish the plans for the first 100 days after the collapse of the Islamic Republic based on this work. We are bringing together some of the world's greatest investors, builders, entrepreneurs, and experts who care about Iran and see its immense potential. They stand ready to put in the expertise, the talent, and the capital to rebuild our nation and turn it into one of the world's most attractive markets. Imagine this new Iran, a free and democratic Iran, living at peace with our neighbors, an engine of growth and opportunity in the region, a beacon of culture, innovation, and pride in the world. It is within our reach. We are proud, ancient, resilient people. The task before us Iranians today is no less than the ones faced by the great leaders, the great unifiers, the great builders of our history, like Cyrus the Great. As we embark on the final steps of this path to national revival, to liberation, to peace, we continue to be inspired by him. To my compatriots, this is our moment. I am with you. Let us build this new Iran together.
The panicked Ayatollah is lining up a successor, according to reports, in a sign the regime believes it can survive its conflicts with Israel and the US.
It is possible that we would see change in the Iranian leadership in one of the two following ways. One is the possibility of US or Israel taking out Ayatollah Khamenei, the current supreme leader. President Trump said the other day that the U.S. has intelligence about where he is located and where his bunker is, and so there's a possibility that they would be able to take him out. The second possibility is that there are elements within the Revolutionary Guards who might be frustrated with his leadership and management of the country's deterrence, which is now in ruins. As a result of about 9 months of serious confrontation between Iran and its allies in the region and Israel, decide that at age 86, he has become too cautious, too passive, too indecisive, and needs to be pushed aside.
Sir Mark Lyle Grant says Iran could still pose a significant threat to us in the West, despite Donald Trump's attack on its nuclear facilities.
I think we still need to know the full extent of the damage that's been done to these 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Clearly, there has been a very severe destruction. The question is, has it completely eliminated any threat of a nuclear weapons program in Iran or not? There's some suggestions they've moved materials before the strike happened. There's some suggestions that parts of the underground facilities in Fordo are still intact. In which case the question comes, will the Americans go for another bite, as it were, if it proves to have been slightly less successful than first thought?
In the meantime, what options are on the table for Iran? Does it attempt to strike back? Does it close the Strait of Hormuz? What do you think we'll see next?
Well, the options are very limited. They're immediate options anyway, because their military has been degraded. As Tom Tugendhat was saying, a lot of their proxies have been heavily weakened, not completely destroyed, but very heavily weakened in the region. Undoubtedly, they will want to respond. There's no question of that. They will try to target perhaps American assets in the region. There's 20 military bases, 40,000 American troops in the region. Maybe more worryingly, they may try to activate sort of sleeper units in the United States, cyber attacks, terrorism within the United States. But their options are certainly limited. Closing the Straits of Hormuz is one, but that would upset the Chinese and some of the Arab states, which they may not want to do. There's also the option, of course, of negotiating. We've seen absolutely no sign that Khamenei is prepared to negotiate in these circumstances, but it has happened before. You remember after the ending the Iran-Iraq war in the 1980s, in 1988, Khamenei's predecessor, drank from what he called the cup of poison by agreeing to a ceasefire in that conflict. It's just possible that Khamenei will follow suit this time round to avoid the obliteration and destruction of the regime itself.